Hey everybody, Steve here again. So we're going to depart from our series on the piccolo snare drums today to switch gears and talk a little bit about the Ludwig Supraphonic 400, or in this case the 402 alloy shell snare drum. The 6.5 by 14 Supraphonic 402 was the favorite drum of John Bonham and a favorite of many players. Of course, the 5 by 14 Supraphonic 400 with the alloy shell is one of the most recorded drums in history. It's a great drum, 10 lugs, chrome over aluminum shell basically, and the drum is very versatile, very easy to tune, sounds great, and has applications in so many things it's crazy. So today what I thought was this. We have got some LM402s in, and these are what Ludwig calls B stock. And what B stock means is there is a slight imperfection in the drum. And in this particular case here, it's a group of shells that had, for whatever reason, a grease pencil X marked on the inside of the shell, inside the shell, and it won't come off. And on one of the drums, I have a little bit of a finish coming off on the inside in one spot on the shell. But these are basically drop dead perfect, brand new. You look at them from the outside, they're absolutely brand new looking. Blue and olive badge drums. These are not the cut badge, which you sometimes see a cut-off badge on some of the B stock drums. So these are fantastic, and the good part about this is that they're going to be at least $100 less than a normal Supraphonic 400. So in this situation, what you're basically getting is an LM402 Supraphonic 402 6.5 by 14, the Bonham drum. Because it's got a little bit of a mark on the inside, you're going to get it for basically $100 less than what you'd normally pay. But the issue here is it's such an incredibly versatile drum at such a great price. And what I'm going to do today for you is a little bit of a different animal. Most of the time when you hear that 602, you probably hear it tuned in that range that Bonham might use it for. It's going to be a little bit deeper, cracked, and it's going to be fat and full. But what people don't realize is that this drum is really versatile, cranked up high as well. So what I've got here are two identical 602 drums, 6.5 by 14, chrome over aluminum, the exact same ones manufactured at the exact same time, both brand new drums. I'm going to play them both for you. One is going to be tuned down low, one's going to be tuned up high. Keep in mind that these drums ship with a heavy coated Ludwig head on top. So even tuned up high, in this particular case tuned up high, the drum is going to be a little bit less crisp than it would be if you put a medium ambassador on. But just for the sake of this, I wanted everything to be the same on both drums. So you'll hear it in a lower tuning, in a higher tuning with some back and forth, and it'll give you a real sense for the versatility of this drum. After the audio sample's done, we're going to take a little pause, and then I'll talk a little bit more about each of these with pictures to show. So hang on, I'm going to wander over to the drum set here at the home studio, and I'll let you have a listen. So now we're going to switch gears over here. I'll let you look at some more of these photos. I'll talk about them a little bit more, and you can check them out for yourself. Thanks. Okay, so now we'll check some of these pictures out. But first and foremost, I want to thank my buddy who runs Vintage Drum Guide online. He's done such a great job of capturing catalogs from all different manufacturers and all the different eras. He's got a great reference source on there, Vintage Drum Guide, and it's just incredible. He does great work, so I want to thank him for these pictures. It always helps. Now, for the drums we have in stock here, here's a picture of one. Keep in mind when you hear that drum on the audio file, that's a heavy head on that drum. So keep in mind that would be even more crisp in that high tuning if we had a medium ambassador on there. And by the way, you got to forgive me a couple of times for calling these 602s instead of 402s. When it comes to Bonham, 402 and 602 are interchangeable, except one is Ludwig and one is Paiste. Anyhow, here's that little X on the inside of that particular shell that's grease pencil, and it doesn't come off, and that is what it is. In this particular case, there's a little bit of flaking on the interior finish, but that's it. These are perfect drums. You'll save at least $100 and get a great versatile snare drum. So you'll see these up on our Reverb store. And we hope you enjoyed this little segment. I hope you enjoyed the tuning changes and the differences there. It's a great versatile drum. Thanks, everybody.